Li Bingbing is a familiar name to Chinese cinema lovers. She is one of the few actresses who have succeeded in both film and television. With television, she made her mark by appearing in many outstanding historical and swordplay films. On the big screen, she appears in roles that are deep and require acting skills, ensuring both quality and box office success. It is impossible not to mention the certain successes that Li Bingbing achieved when she entered Hollywood. This helped her reputation go beyond the domestic market, becoming a star with global influence. Before enrolling in the Shanghai Theatre Academy to study acting, Li Bingbing was a probationary music teacher at an elementary school for 1 year. The difficult circumstances forced her to seek acting roles early on to earn extra income to cover her living expenses. She debuted in 1994 with a supporting role in the film Yilu Denghu, co-starring with actor Ren Quan. The next 5 years were a challenging period for Li Bingbing, as she struggled through various films with minor roles. These were also 5 years of accumulating experience and strength for her to achieve a significant breakthrough in 1999 with the Best Actress Award at the Singapore International Film Festival for the movie 17 Years. The story revolves around two teenage stepsisters, Tao Xiaolan and Yu Xiaoqin. The conflict begins when Yu Xiaoqin steals money from their father and blames Tao Xiaolan. In an attempt to prove her innocence, Tao Xiaolan hits Yu Xiaoqin, who unexpectedly dies from the injury. The film then jumps 17 years ahead, focusing on Tao Xiaolan, who has spent those years in prison for the accidental killing. She is granted a furlough during the New Year holiday, and Li Bingbing plays Chen Ji, a young prison guard who takes pity on Tao Xiaolan. Chen Ji helps her navigate returning home only to find that Tao Xiaolan's old apartment has been demolished and her parents have moved. Chen Ji becomes determined to help Tao Xiaolan reconnect with her family, despite the difficult and bittersweet nature of the reunion. After the success of 17 Years, Li Bingbing achieved great success in the following years when participating in historical dramas. Her name was also famous throughout Asia through the small screen. Some famous films include Young Justice Bao, Taiji Prodigy, The Legend of Meng Legion. After The Legend of Meng Legion, Li Bingbing focused on movies. She did not participate in any more TV series. Waiting Alone 2004. It is a Chinese romantic comedy and coming-of-age film directed and written by Dayan Eng. It tells the story of Chen Wen, a co-owner of an antique shop in Beijing who aspires to be a writer. Wen believes he has met the perfect girl, Liu Rong, despite their growing closeness. Wen is confused because Liu Rong does not reciprocate his romantic feelings and keeps him in the friend zone. Throughout the film, Wen tries various ways to win her over with the help of his close friends. Waiting Alone was well received in China, praised for its fresh depiction of urban millennial life, and became a word-of-mouth hit among young audiences. It was nominated for 3 Golden Rooster Awards, notable for being one of the few indie films to receive wide theatrical release and critical acclaim in China at the time. The Knot 2006. It is a Chinese romantic drama directed by Yin Li that tells the story of a love tragically separated by historical and political forces. The plot centers on Chen Qiushui, a Taiwanese medical student who falls in love with Wang Biyan. After the February 28 massacre, Qiushui is forced to flee Taiwan due to his leftist beliefs and defects to mainland China. He becomes an army surgeon during the Korean War and later settles in Tibet with Wang Jindi, a nurse who falls in love with him and eventually becomes his wife. Meanwhile, Bi-yun remains in Taiwan, burying Qiushui's mother and hoping for his return. The narrative also follows Bi-yun in the present day, living in New York, as her niece travels to Tibet to uncover what happened to Qiushui. Through the pictures she sends back via internet, Bi-yun finally gets to see the familiar face once again. Through the role of Wang Jindi, Li Bingbing won Best Actress Award at the 100 Flowers Awards. The Message 2009. It is a Chinese espionage thriller film set in 1942 in Nanking, during the Japanese occupation, and the rule of Wang Jingwei's pro-Japanese puppet government. The plot centers around a series of assassinations targeting puppet government officials. Takeda, the Japanese Imperial Army's chief intelligence officer, suspects that a communist mole, nicknamed Old Ghost or the Phantom, is within the puppet government's anti-communist command. To uncover the mole, Takeda fabricates a telegram as bait, calling in 5 suspects who had seen the telegram. These suspects are confined in a heavily guarded fortress called Kyu Castle and subjected to intense interrogations and psychological torment. The 5 suspects include Wu Zhiguo, an anti-communist military captain, Bai Xiaonian, an aide to the commander, Li Ningyu, the chief telegraph decoder, Gu Xiaomeng, a mailroom staffer, and Jin Shengwo, the director of military intelligence. Facing constant pressure and brutal physical tortures, the suspects begin turning on each other as the true mole tries to send out a crucial message to their comrades while maintaining secrecy. Li Bingbing plays Li Ningyu, the chief telegraph decoder and one of the 5 suspects. Her performance was critically acclaimed and won the Best Leading Actress award at the 46th Golden Horse Film Awards for convincingly depicting Li Ningyu's complexity, vulnerability, and resilience under pressure. 1911-2011. It is a Chinese historical war film that chronicles the key events of the 1911 Revolution, which led to the fall of the Qing dynasty and the establishment of the Republic of China. The film focuses on revolutionary figures such as Wang Xing and Sun Yat-sen, and depicts major events including the Wuchang Uprising, the Second Guangzhou Uprising, the deaths of the 72 martyrs, Sun Yat-sen's election as provisional president, the abdication of the last King Emperor Pui, and the rise of Yuan Shikai as provisional president. It is directed and co-starred by Jackie Chan in his 100th film, and aims to commemorate the revolution's centenary. Li Bingbing plays the role of Su Zonghan, the wife of Wang Xing, a legendary general and key leader in the revolution. At first, the two pretend to be husband and wife to engage in revolutionary activities together, but after a while, they develop real feelings for each other. Both have to go through moments of life and death to be together. This role demonstrated Li Bingbing's ability to embody a strong, historically significant figure in a serious historical epic. Besides the main roles, Li Bingbing also played supporting roles in several famous works such as A World Without Thieves, The Forbidden Kingdom, and Detective D and the Mystery of the Phantom Flame. Li Bingbing's first English-language film is Snowflower and the Secret Fan. The film, set in 19th-century rural Hunan province, explores the friendship between two girls, Snowflower and Lily, who are bound as Laotong or lifelong sworn sisters, a bond far stronger than marriage. From the age of 7, Snowflower, born into wealth, and Lily, from a poorer family, endure the painful and crippling practice of foot binding together, which was then considered a mark of beauty and a prerequisite for marriage. They secretly communicate by writing letters in nushu, a phonetic script used exclusively by women. Their friendship faces hardship as their lives diverge dramatically. Lily marries into a wealthy family, becoming a powerful woman with 4 children, while Snowflower loses her family fortune and is married off to a lowly butcher, suffering a harsh and abusive life with personal losses like the death of children. Despite the reversed social status, their bond endures through letters. Interwoven with this historical narrative is a parallel contemporary story set in present-day Shanghai, where two modern descendants of Snowflower and Lily, Sophie and Nina, struggle with their own friendship amid careers, love lives, and societal pressures. Through the discovery of the ancestral fan and a manuscript, Sophie and Nina reconnect and come to understand the deep historical roots of their relationship and the significance of Laotong. Li Bingbing then gained recognition in the Hollywood after starring into blockbuster film series Resident Evil Retribution and Transformers Age of Extinction. In 2018, Li Bingbing starred with Jason Statham in the Meg, a science fiction action film. The story follows Jonas Taylor, an expert deep-sea rescue diver. 5 years earlier, he was in mission to save the crew of a damaged nuclear submarine. He was forced to flee and leave 2 of his crew members trapped in the sub. Dr. Heller denounces his actions, believing that he was psychotic, causing him to lose his career, marriage, and reputation. 5 years later, a Chinese undersea research facility called Mono 1, led by oceanographer Dr. Minwei Zhang and his marine biologist daughter Suyin, explores a previously hidden part of the Mariana Trench. During an expedition, a submersible piloted by a team including Jonas's ex-wife Lori gets trapped and attacked by the megalodon. Against his initial reluctance and with the urging of his old friends and the Mono 1 team, Jonas returns to help rescue the trapped crew from the depths before the creature can kill them. Although the film did not receive much praise from both the audience and critics, it was still successful in terms of revenue, paving the way for the producers to release sequels. The journey of Li Bingbing, whether as a probationary music teacher, a student constantly seeking acting opportunities, or later as a star famous across Asia and an acclaimed actress in Hollywood, has always been marked by perseverance and relentless effort. Her story is an inspiring lesson, a role model for generations of young actors to learn from and grow.